All right. Looks like we're live, guys. How's it going?
Hey.
Chat? Tiger?
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
Who's rolling?
Yeah, bright and early 6:30 a.m. my time. Already got caffeine rolling and already went through all of my alerts, Richard, and in the middle of trying to decide if I want to hop in a New Zealand pair here.
Mm. Good stuff.
Quite a few, but yeah,
Good news.
nothing is screaming at me just yet as far as Tiger, you have to buy or sell right this second. So
Okay.
yeah, just continuing to look through. But it's funny, I got so many top setups, Richard. I had to kind of break it up between the buys and the sells. So yeah, I can lead off with that real quick. As far as that goes, let's see here. Let's do this. I'm just gonna make that a little smaller. That way I can put it over here after all. But you know what, Richard? I didn't even get in a single currency trade yesterday. I just didn't have the setups, but I did end up getting in a stock trade. So I did a little short sell on AT&T.
Nice. And
pretty much from start to finish. I think I closed it out for $200, but
oh, that's good. Nice.
Yeah, it was just nice to play around with a new stock I'd never traded. So I'm 1 for 1 on AT&T. I think I'll retire at 100% success rate on that ticker.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I still got to check out the stocks on offer there. It'd be nice to try that as well. I used to trade stocks quite a lot, actually.
Well, as far as that ticker goes, just to show everybody real quick, because it has to do with my trading style, supply and demand. Way back here, Richard, listen to this. This was a 1 minute supply zone. Okay. 1 minute. So that 1 minute candle there had a pretty good volume spike. And that, of course, was the start of the intraday session in the stock market. So I just simply waited on a return to price. Guys, I told you, it doesn't really matter what time frames we're looking at with supply and demand. It can work on all time frames. So we come over here about an hour. Let's see. I guess that would have been, I'm sorry, guys. This was created the day before. So this would have been created Tuesday. So I just basically waited until the about 10 minutes after the market open, I guess it would have been. We had a big push up on that market open yesterday. And the currencies are kind of a similar way, guys. I mean, I don't normally trade things at the start of the intraday session, but when it comes to the financial reports, everything was looking negative. This is very similar to my top setups on my Forex pairs that I show you guys every single day.
And here's a great example again where price was screaming up into that and just shows you how accurate this can be for sure.
Screamed right up into it. I saw that 1 minute little bearish engulfing candle with a wick on the top. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Candle wick. And I just ended up getting in on this candle on my screen. I'm sorry. And it just dropped like a rock. I mean, it didn't take long at all. I mean, within an hour and a half, I was already pretty much at the lower end of it. And ended up closing out right at the end of the intraday session yesterday in the stock market. So down here in this area right here. So it was pretty nice little $200 win. It wasn't anything too crazy, guys, because I'm basically shaking the rust off of the stock trading. That was one of the first things I started with early on, but I'm just, making sure again that my methods work in the stock market too. I don't want to be wagering 1.5%, 2%, on my trade. So I'm just doing small amounts for now. So, just
by the looks of it worked. So good stuff.
So, good stuff. But nevertheless, back into the top setups. I'll go to my gold chart, which is where I always hide it.
Just quickly, Tiger, we do have a question from Abdul to please look at gold. So that'll be nice to start with that, if you don't mind.
I'm not seeing that. Am I in the wrong? Let's see here. Let me go over here.
I've got Abdul in my chat here, so we still have two channels.
Is it on the Ola Prime TV? Oh, okay. Okay, it wasn't up earlier when I was looking for it. Hey, bro, give me advice on gold. Well, let's take a look. Gold is actually on my bullish list, Abdul. So we're actually getting a little bit of a bullish signal. It's a +6 right now. Okay. So just taking a look at this thing. This is a daily chart. Kind of have a little bit as far as higher time frame goes for the moment. Okay, we got a little bit of an uptrend going on, but here's the thing. I mean, I didn't draw it on because the range of it's quite huge, but whatever we do in this area, we got to keep in mind it did bounce off of that daily supply zone. Okay, so we've already bounced into it once over here. We've dug a little deeper into it here. So I'm not saying it's necessarily going to affect, you know, the trades on a shorter time frame, but I just want to be aware of that. Okay, anybody wants to be aware of that. If you're buying or selling anything, okay, when in doubt, zoom out. Just make sure you're not chewing through a current supply or demand zone. And if you are, again, just be careful with it. You may not want to be interested in putting on full risk trades. Maybe cut off a little risk. But anyway, uptrend on a daily, 4 hour. We did have this little 4 hour demand zone that got hit yesterday. I wasn't too interested in it though, just because again, okay, we had that overhead supply zone lurking that daily.
Yeah.
And not only that, let's see here. We did have a 4 hour zone. I've already drawn it black. That just means it's dead to me, guys. So this was a 4 hour supply zone. This price had pushed through that supply zone, as you can see. Okay, we're talking about this old zone right here. Price did push get out of my way. Price pushed above it, okay, and pushed through and closed. So that's by definition a pretty strong area here. Problem is it's pretty high up on the curve. Okay, my curve analysis. So I personally wasn't too interested in trading it, and obviously in hindsight, you guys can see it looked like it did move. What was that, about a 2 to 1? Let's go measure that. Okay, you figure you put a stop loss down here. That's 34.5 points or pips. Okay, so it did go almost 2 to 1. So I guess, you know, you could have, if you're a 1-to-1 trader, you could have squeezed a 1-to-1 out. I personally wasn't interested because I know that higher time frame zone is above me.
Yeah, I took that trade, remember, but I got stopped out eventually. I did trail my stop a little bit, but yeah, I thought price was going to go up. It's pretty messy at the moment with gold. I've got no idea where it's going.
Yeah, and if we're looking at this supply zone, this daily supply zone on a higher time frame, or I'm sorry, a lower time frame, hey, your farthest away 4 hour supply is quite high. So if you're looking at it in this context, you've actually got quite a bit of wiggle room. Okay, it all just depends on the time frames you're looking at. So let me just move this over here, because this is what I would deem the next, you know, point of interest, if you will. So kind of congestion-y at the moment. I do have a couple smaller time frame zones. Here's a 4 hour, but it's way down here in this area. Let's just go down to a 15-minute. Okay, 15-minute time frame. Again, this area over here, we did have some pretty good volume in that area. Let me turn that drawing off. So, I mean, you could look at this as a potential demand, but again, it's just too close to that overhead supply, and that's what's creeping me out about gold right now.
It is, yeah, same with me on the geometry side. It's just bouncing in a very small range, up and down.
Okay,
up and down.
But as you guys can see, this zone I just drew out, okay, that would have gotten you a 2 to 1 so far. If I know that price has bounced off of this higher time frame demand, okay, we bounced in here, then you know it's not the worst idea in the world to look at and try to get a trade off of that. And as you can see, we've kind of broken on this smaller time frame. We've broken a structure here. Okay, so that's a 15. Let's go down to a 5. And right in here was all the candles and wicks were kind of overlapping each other. So to me, this looked too efficient to be wanting to try to buy into a demand zone. It's pretty ugly price action, to be quite honest. I mean, I like the fact that it's trying to make lower or higher highs and higher lows, but I just don't like it unless you maybe go down to a 3-minute there, nothing there. Let's go to a 2-minute. Okay. So look, if you want to be aggressive, here's a 2-minute demand, right? I mean, not the worst idea in the world. I'm personally just, I don't like trading things that are way high on the
Hungarian flag.
The curve. Yeah, exactly. Okay. If I look at a weekly time frame, right, this would be a swing low area, swing high. We're too high up. This is premium territory for me. So unless it's a grade A looking demand zone, I'm just going to be holding off on it. So that's all I would say. If you're trying to buy gold, it's not a bad thought when you look at it from a fundamental point of view, because obviously we had the rumors about Kevin Hassett that came out the last day or so about possibly being the next Fed board leader. Okay, he's obviously a fiscal dove. Fiscal doves typically drop the dollar down. Okay, when the dollar goes down, it's on a pulley system with gold. Gold often goes up. So obviously, technically, gold. Okay, but again, we're talking about at this moment. At this moment, we're talking about a rumor because it's not official yet. Congress hasn't approved him. Of course, Senate is the one that has to approve him after Trump appointed him. But it's all speculation at this point. So I would just say proceed with caution if you're buying in this area. And then as far as the calendar goes, Richard, what do we got today? Unemployment claims coming up in about 45 minutes.
45 minutes, yeah. And that's pretty much it, right? Natural gas, if we still look at that. Ivy PMI for the Canadian dollar.
Yeah,
maybe.
That's it.
Yeah.
So if, and we all know that the economists are like meteorologists, right? They get wrong a lot. So if that unemployment claims number is true, okay, that's 3,000 higher than the forecast or than the previous number. So that would be just slightly, well, I would say negligible, but if anything, it would be slightly bearish the dollar, because you're getting 3,000 more people without work, 3,000 more people that are not spending into the economy, okay, because they're probably pinching their pennies until they figure out their next job. So that's less GDP, that's less spending, that's less economic success, right? But that's also kind of a negligible number when you're talking about a country of 300 and whatever we're up to now, 380 million, right? So very slightly to the downside, but I would even just say that's neutral. So I don't know that you'll get a whole big, a whole bunch out of that volatility wise. Maybe just a few minutes of a spike. That's probably about it. Canada's linked. PMI, Canada's PMI, that's projected to go higher by 1.2 points. Okay. And that's an expansionary territory number for their purchasing their purchasing managers index. Okay. How much are managers there spending on their raw materials? That's basically what that is.
Yep.
So that's really the only two things today, other than I think that's it. Japan household spending, but that's not till later this evening. Pretty light day, guys. I mean, we get unemployment weekly, so but yeah, as far as the
sympathy in the chat as well as Andre, how's it going, guys?
Good day to you, sympathy. Good day.
I see sympathy, you long gold. Let us know from where.
Yeah, let's get my chat back up here. Where's my chat at? Come on, chat. Come back up. Oh, there you are. Okay, I see it. Jubilee Abraham. Let's go. All right. So, just getting back over here to the top setups. Gold is there, but I think I'll tell you what, if you happen to trade gold, then maybe perhaps you trade silver. If you trade silver, I'll tell you what my favorite play is. Okay. Let's look at this silver chart on a daily time frame. We got a top over here. We got a double top. Okay, that's a couple former resistance points. This is a daily chart. If this thing drops down and clips those two blue lines, this is my favorite play currently, Richard, as far as like a swing trade, multi-day swing trade. I got a daily demand zone right underneath.
On silver, right? Yeah.
Yes, right underneath. So here's that same daily zone, the yellow rectangle. But I got a 4-hour demand zone right there, kind of straddling the proximal line of it. Pretty decent volume spike coming out of there. Okay. So this is my favorite play between gold and silver, to be honest. I'm not even excited at all about gold and silver. You give me a drop down to this area. Woo, Nelly. That could be a good multi-day trade right there, ladies and gents. That's my favorite play.
Awesome.
But
yeah, I still want to get long gold. I got stopped out yesterday, but I think we're going to make a small little move lower still. Maybe towards 4160 level, and then see another leg up.
Are we trying to do
they switched to my chart, so maybe can I just quickly talk through that?
Yeah, looks like we're trying to do a little triangle action on gold.
You know, I've given up trying to figure out what's happening in the bigger picture. Well, not really given up. I still think we could head lower in another leg to create the fourth wave and then get that fifth wave to the upside. But you've got to be realistic as well. This could also have been the end of that fourth wave here. Back in, and I think I'm starting to lean towards that on the 28th of October. Now, if you look at this move higher here, I count a beautiful 5 legs up there. 1, 2, 3. Then we had a ABC. What's interesting on this leg over here, I'm counting this as a 1, a 2, a 3. And I think maybe if we head lower today or maybe tomorrow, we could get something like this to give us this leg's fourth wave and then see another punch higher. Okay.
Oh shoot!
If we slope one of my favorite settings on the pitchforks to the upside on this leg, right? So we're just focusing on this leg at the moment. Started on the 18th of November. Then this high here on the 1st of December to kick the month. Well, this month, sorry, could not break through that upward warning line, which typically acts as very strong resistance and support in what direction you're sloping the pitchfork in. But we've had now a decline lower. So I'm starting to lean towards maybe take a day trade a little bit lower, but with the intent of then maybe swinging this back to the upside. Reason being is that if this is corrective, I don't think it's done. First drop lower, a little bit of ABC. This is why I got caught out yesterday. I thought we were going to go high. We had a very, very nice strong move up. I got long around about 4214, and immediately after that candle closed, we headed lower again. So I think we could, using the same pitchfork again from just this leg to the upside, do something like this. Maybe hit that center median line around 4162 or 4160 to complete maybe a small little zigzag and then head back upwards again. Now, if this happens, be careful, because then we got a 5-wave sequence, and what happens after 5-wave? We could again get a correction lower again, unless price really starts lifting off from here. I'm just not going to worry too much about what the bigger picture is doing. There's too much doubt in my mind whether that fourth has ended or we're still busy with the fourth. But if we do, let's say, start crashing lower here, then even better. I'm going to count that as a fourth wave. Of course, what I'm still sort of sure about, at least, my mind, not that the market really cares, is that this peak that we've seen on the 16th of October is very likely the end of a third wave. Right? And if that is the case, then maybe the fourth wave's ended and we're starting to build up higher now. Obviously, price has been moving high, but it doesn't really been doing so with a lot of momentum. Right? It sort of like goes through a phase and sharp decline. So this phase, 5 waves, beautiful 5-wave count there. Yeah, I think that third wave's in. Maybe a fourth wave for this leg higher, I think would be a really cool area to look for a potential long to at least 4,264. Now, hopefully this sets up today, maybe tomorrow. And then whatever your sort of entry model might be, you want to look at inverse fair value gaps or a reversal type of pattern, whatever the case might be, then that is something you could definitely look out for. But thus far, price has respected this median line to the upside, and that's when I'll generally leave it on there. And even when we do get a correction within the confines of these median lines, they typically still act as support if we get a correction. And I would love price to hit that sort of area over there and then head higher. Okay, if this is, I can just keep on building. We have a 1, a 2, a 3. Then this is what I'm looking for, a 4, and then another 5th to the upside. Right, so probably some good intraday or multi-day swing trade setup. in the making here if we do head lower. The one thing I want to point out is that if this fourth wave declines deeper than where I labeled this first wave to have completed, assuming that it is a first wave, that's around about 4,132. If price pulls into that territory, then I'll have to consider that peaks in, and we might actually start seeing that deeper decline, maybe then give us that large fourth wave in the bigger picture. So alternatively, fourth waves, as I said, your ABCs are your more common corrections. There's nothing stopping this from doing a little triangle for a little while longer. Instead, not making it into that area, frustrate people a little bit longer, and then we punch that fifth wave of this sequence to the upside.
Frustrated.
So that is what I'm seeing on gold. So ideally, for me to get long, I don't want to assume a triangle is going to take place here, although they typically form during fourth wave corrections. I'm going to place a alert just above that little zone that I just marked up there. And if that can trigger today, tomorrow, maybe Monday, who knows, whenever, and we start seeing a little bit of buying pressure coming back in again, then I'll be all over this for a swing back to the upside. I was way too early on this trade. Unfortunately, again, got stopped out there, but so be it. If it does make it into this area, much higher profit potential swinging this back to the upside again. So that's what I'm seeing on gold. Abdul.
Yeah, hey, at least one of us sees something on gold. Yeah, for my trading style.
Well, that's what I hope I'm seeing.
Yeah, like I see clear as day the silver play, but me personally, with the way I trade, I just don't see it on gold. But yeah, guys, that's the beautiful thing about market geometry. Okay, there's a lot of hidden signals in there that maybe I don't see on a supply or demand zone. So it's pretty cool to see the differences. But not a bad idea to have a fallback.
Yeah.
Because nothing works forever and nothing works all the time. That's an important point, actually, right?
Yeah. I don't know. There we go. Has the stream actually frozen? It looks like it. Can you still see it on your side?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good over here. Oh, wait.
Something must have happened.
Actually, I think it might have stopped.
Back end, are you still there?
Yeah. Let us know.
It looks like it's back again. I can see myself and my chart because it didn't switch between the charts. Anyway, it looks like we're back again. Can you see everything working on your side?
Yeah. We're good now. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys and gals. We're back. Those periodic gremlins coming in.
While we on my charts here, let's just quickly look at the dollar index. So price has reached this lower channel line or median line of that pitchfork that sloped to the upside. And it's actually gone slightly below it, which is perfectly fine when it comes to geometry. You won't have moves that perfectly stop at them. But I find this now to be potentially temporary support in the dollar index weakness. Okay. Again, what I probably won't want to get involved in buying into any, dollar strength at the moment if we do start heading higher. So what I would want to see on a 4-hour, maybe even on daily, to just be a bit safer, is see this candle close above this lower median line. Okay, and this lower median line is obviously the lower median line of the pitchfork has been tracking this strong move to the upside. All right, so that could be a very strong area of support. Maybe even if we get a nice green candle, we could have like a tweezer type of formation, similar to this. And of course, these can happen all over the show, but it's very important where they happen, right? So if it happens at maybe on a 4-hour, maybe on a daily, at this lower median line, then we could see the dollar head back to the upside again. Alternatively, and this is why I'll be a bit on the sidelines at the moment with the dollar pairs, is if price were to close below there, we still have a good 3 hours on this candle. Maybe on the 4-hour or daily. 4-hour could maybe give a bit of insight on the shorter time frame as to where price might head next. So if we get a close below there, then I think we're going lower. All right, so it's right at that inflection point where I'm now on the sidelines. I was saying yesterday, that I was expecting price to reach this lower median line. This after it broke below the same angles, found resistance once, twice, 3 times, and then eventually start moving lower. And this was on Tuesday. So two days back. So we at that low median line. Price loves to gravitate between these median lines. So this might be a strong area of support just to bring that to the front. But again, it's not to say it's going to close above there, but it's definitely an area where I don't know if I should go long or short in any of the other cross pairs involved with the dollars. So we'll see how things materialize. So what do you see on your side still? You were mentioning that New Zealand.
New Zealand. Well, I'm kind of deciding as you're going through Dixie there. I'm kind of deciding if I want to go the New Zealand yen route or the Euro yen route, Euro yen. So, as far as my top setups goes, Euro yen is the strongest. I'm just kind of liking New Zealand yen just a little bit more because of the fact that the Euro yen has recently kind of bounced into an overhead supply, but it has, in all fairness, been mitigated and touched quite a few times. So I don't think I should worry about it too much. Talking about this 4-hour supply zone up here. Okay, it's already been touched once, twice, three, 4, 5, 942 times, something like that. So I've got this 4-hour demand zone down here, kind of towards the lower end of this sideways trend, guys. Okay, sideways trend, right? Remember, Forex markets tend to like to stay in sideways trends way more than stocks and indices and obviously gold and silver, right? So sometimes you kind of have to play these games where you're just looking at a congestion and, just kind of sideways trend 101. Just make sure you're buying at the bottom third, selling at the top third, right? Buying the discount. So yeah, with Euro yen, because none of my other ones are anywhere close to some of the higher time frame, this is probably the best bet. It is a +7. Okay, so it's looking really good from a fundamental and sentiment point of view. Sentiment's good. Retail traders are net short on this thing. So if they're net short, I'm long, guys. It's not to be mean to the retail traders, but they tend to pick the wrong spots, right? Most people lose all their account fairly quick, unfortunately. So, this, again, something that the big banks and institutions and hedge funds, this is what they look for to fuel their orders, right? So that's just one big reason. But yeah, then you look at other things like the seasonality is really good for this month, for the month of December, for this Euro yen. Okay, this Euro yen idea, and then looks like about 2/3 of the economic data is pointing towards the euro over the yen anyway. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and take a stab at this one. I started.
Before you do, Tiger, just quickly, I've lost the stream window again in video.
Oh,
do you see it still?
Yeah, I did. Wow.
Are we still live? Back in? This
is
gone on for about 2-3 minutes now.
Yeah, I've got both channels up. There's nothing on
all right,
YouTube.
So I think we lost stream there. Back in, can you just confirm, please? Can anyone in the chat still hear us? Let us know in the chat. Thumbs up, yes, no. That'd be greatly appreciated.
I'm gonna reset all my goodies.
So we've been talking all of that gold advice there, and then no one's listening.
Yeah, sorry. It just kept disappearing. So sorry, chat. Again, sorry. Good morning, Vishal. Good morning. Okay.
Do you see it back again?
It's back for now. So I'll just carry on. So yeah, guys. So New Zealand yen, Euro yen. I was just about set to place this trade on this, but then I thought at the last second I'll go over here to the Euro yen. So again, we're at the lower end. Let me double check here. Yeah. So we're at the lower end of this sideways trend. So let me go to a 1 hour real quick. Okay. Yeah, here we go. So here was my 1 hour, zone here, which you guys see we've bounced in. rejecting from it a little bit. I'm going to go down to my 5. Okay, good. I like this. Okay, so we're just looking at this. So what I see, now that I know I've got the confluence of hitting that higher time frame demand zone, okay, now I just want to look and get a confirmation, a little bit of a confirmation. So up, higher high, or I'm sorry, a high, a low, which this is a low, a higher low. Sorry, guys, I'm getting my words mixed up. Higher low. Now we got a new higher high. This is only a 5-minute time frame, guys, but this is showing it's trying to move around. So looks like we're creating a pretty good looking demand zone candle right here. Hopefully this candle closes up in this area. If this candle closes up in this area, which we got about 2.5 minutes left on this candle, then I'd like to see it roll back around, and then we could potentially use this as a demand. I mean, the aggressive way to get into this trade would have just been to buy in right here on the, the touch of the 1 hour. But I just want to see a little more confirmation on this. So let's do this. Let's get price to come up and then return. If this returns down, I'm in. I'm in on Euro Yen. I'm in like Flynn on Euro Yen. Okay. But I just want to see it come up just a little higher, break above these recent highs, and then retrace down, and then we're going to be in. So, yeah, I'm just going to wait. Okay. I'm going to wait on it. I thought about just hopping on in, but I don't want to be too aggressive on this because, again, we've just been bouncing through that higher time frame supply zone. So if we would have busted through all this and closed up here, it's a different story. This would be a little more of a limit order. But think about it, guys. This price, okay, from this demand zone was not strong enough to break through this swing high, okay? It wasn't even strong enough to break through the mitigated supply zone, okay? So why do I want to be aggressive here and just get in and potentially even stop out? So I'm just going to wait. I'm going to make sure it proves itself, and that's why I'm just doing it on a smaller time frame for the time being. Now, obviously, the stronger play would be to wait for a break of that structure right there. Or hell, even a break of this structure here or this structure up here, right? And another thing to be aware of is the fact that we got a supply zone up here. So I'm probably reaching and even looking at this, but it's just the only one at the moment, for example's sake, on the stream. It's the only one that's currently bouncing into one of my zones. So,
gotcha. No, I didn't see it back in.
Oh. Anyway, guys, so hey, stay tuned because we do have a winner from yesterday's drawing that we'll be announcing here in a little bit. And we will be getting you a new password as well, okay, for the drawing for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, okay? So stay tuned on that. We're just getting it created, getting our graphic designed and all this. So one lucky winner will be announced here shortly. So definitely stay tuned. Okay. I'm going to come back to this trade opportunity. I want to go back and look at my top setups with you guys real quick over here and the maps from yesterday, the speed gauges. Yeah, because I'm just not feeling that entry point just right this second. Okay, so let's look over here, guys. So our top setup for the day is going to be the same, I believe, as yesterday. Yeah, New Zealand dollar. Okay. Oh my gosh, get all this. I always get these too big, and then I got to make them smaller. Let's do this. Let's get this up here. Sorry, guys. I should have had that ready for you. All right. So yesterday's on the right, and then today's over here on the left. Okay. So New Zealand dollar got 1 point stronger. Euro US dollar is the strongest. So the common theme here is selling the US dollar, guys, because we got an Aussie dollar on here as well. And then we've also got a couple dollar pairs to sell as far as where the dollar is the base. Okay. Dollar Swiss shorts, dollar yen shorts. It's been a while since I've seen both of those on the shorts list, Richard, as far as the dollar Swiss and the dollar yen, but they're on there. Dollar. Okay. So I'm going to take a look at that. Now, my old friend Pound Aussie that paid me the other day, it's still the weakest. Okay. But think about this. Other day, 2 days ago, Richard, remember it got all the way down to minus 21. It was minus 20 that day on stream.
That's right.
It has since gained 7 points of strength, even though it's obviously in the weak territory, right? The bearish territory.
Still pretty weak.
That's a 7-point swing. So I just want to be aware of it. I'm not saying that I'm not still going to go out and try to short in the supply zone, but I just want to be aware that, well, it's getting a little stronger lately. Okay. I know Aussie did just have their week. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Their was that Aussie or British pound? Sorry,
okay, will do. Tiger, I'm just gonna disappear off screen quickly. I have to log out back in again. Something's going on.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I'll see you back now.
No, that's fine. All right. But anyway, guys, yeah, that's what I wanted to point out is just the fact that the pound Aussie, even though it's the weakest, it's gaining strength even in negative territory. So I'm still going to look to short it as soon as I get a chance, as soon as it goes into any supply zone. I don't care if it's a 15-minute supply zone, a 1 hour, what is today? So today's Thursday. So because it's Thursday, I'm probably going to avoid the 4-hour zones because I really don't have but another day and a half for it to do its thing. I think I've mentioned this 2 or 3 times in the past, but it's worth reminding. So I love my favorite all-time setup, guys. You guys know this, the 4-hour daily supply zone, demand zone confluence. Those are trades I like to take on the first 3 days of the week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't really like taking a lot of those on Thursdays because the reality is it may not have a lot of time to go the way I want it to go, right? It needs time. It needs time to do its thing. Okay. It needs time for the supply and demand to play around and move price where I want it to go. Thursday's only giving me 1 day, right? 1 day and obviously a handful of hours. So I prefer to just keep it around max 1 hour supply and demand zones today. And then tomorrow on Friday, I want to keep that down in the 5-minute territory, 5, 10, 15-minute supply and demand zone max. Okay, time frames. Talk about the time frames here. So today, probably not going to be looking for a whole lot of 4-hour zones because you guys know, just like Richard, I don't necessarily want to be holding it over the weekend with the way the environment is right now. Call me a weenie, Richard. That's just my that's just my way of being safe. So yeah. Just a few minor score changes. I'm going to go ahead and delete yesterday's and we can focus on today. So I just think I'll do this, Richard. I'm just going to go through all the major currency pairs, which obviously involve the dollar, since they're pretty much the ones at the top and the bottom of the list.
While you do that, can I just quickly show my majors as well? Just to, give a bit of context as to why I'm a little bit on the sidelines. Trading dollar related at the moment. So, can you share my screen?
Absolutely.
All right. There we go.
We're getting it.
All right. So I'm sharing my screen. So I had to log out and back in again.
Oh,
these little gremlins. Should be happening on a Monday, not on a Thursday.
That's right. Yeah, I don't care.
Right, so back in. Mine, I think mine's showing right now. There we go. Okay, just to recap things. The dollar index has now hit a major area of support, in my opinion. It's not to say it's going to hold, but it is a major area of support from a market geometry perspective. Now, what sort of is interesting here, if we look at the other majors, let's go with the pound US dollar to start off with, at the upper median line, right? Strong area of potential resistance. And if we look at the euro US dollar, different geometry, we're at an area of resistance, right? So it's crazy how they all sort of hit their respective support resistance areas at the same time. Dollar yen has touched down on this upper channel line, which I've had on my chart for quite some time as well, right? Basically, we had resistance, 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 resistance turns to support once, twice, and now very close to it, right? Again, not obviously a picture perfect science, this, but we're right at that area there. On the dollar yen, this could potentially be an ABCX, ABC. Could be corrective because the trend is still up, right? Until I would say price actually breaches the 153 area. Then I might consider, that this upwards move in the dollar yen has ended. So euro US dollar is at a major area of resistance. Pound US dollar major area of resistance. Dollar index at an area of support. So very interesting. Might have to consider trading different pairs here for the time being. So let's see. I just thought I'll show that quick. And sorry, the dollar CAD. Dollar CAD.
What you got on dollar CAD? It did. Oh, that's right. I forgot. We're still at the lower
bounce
end.
to the upside.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, area of resistance or line of resistance. AUD USD. Not much from a market geometry perspective other than just taking out this high from Wednesday on the 29th of October. Just popped above it. Now moving lower. So, I don't know. What I do like here about the AUD USD is this 3-wave segments that we've seen to the upside. ABCX, ABC maybe. And that's potentially it. And I think the AUD USD might be the only pair I'm really interested in going maybe a bit long on. Until, we see what's going on with the dollar index while it's at support. So, yeah.
Oh, don't even remind me about Aussie dollar.
What is the score on there now? Did it change?
It's one of the better ones. Yeah, it's a +8. So it's basically tied for third.
I think this is just a typical behavior where a lot of traders think, oops, we're going to get a nice breakout of that previous high, and instead we're going to sit through maybe a little bit of a decline. But that could just, provide us with another buying opportunity. Maybe we can head back to this dash median line over here, which is currently around about 0.6590, around about there. Maybe intraday wise, could see a price do that. So I don't know. What do you see on the lower end of
Aussie dollar?
Your Aussie dollar charts? Maybe a nice demand zone some way?
Yeah. So it's funny you asked because yesterday, as soon as our stream ended, guys, so I was keeping an eye on this demand zone over here. Let's find it real quick. Okay, yeah, I'm there. Yeah, back in if you can, just flip over here real quick. I was so yeah. So this demand zone. Okay, this was yesterday. Let's see. Yeah, so this is literally where price was when we started our show yesterday. I had looked at this demand zone here. Okay, so again, it had broken structure and came down at the very end of our show, Richard. This is 8 a.m. my time, so right when the show ends.
Mm-hmm.
And what do I do every time the show ends, guys? Got to go to the restroom, okay? So literally, okay, the show ends at 8 o'clock. So here's 8 o'clock, right? It's this candle right here, okay? So I'm going and sitting there doing my business.
That's on a 1 minute. Yeah, so I guess you couldn't be that quick, right?
I come back and look at where price is. It's already hit my demand, and then it just proceeded to just lift off. So
did you read a book or something while you were there?
Well, I sit there and check the chat, check emails. I'll even look at some other tickers, but this time I wasn't. And as you guys can see, I just missed a beautiful trade. So I might have to change my bathroom times, if you see what I mean there, because hell, that was about a 6-7 pip. Depending on where I put my stop loss, I mean, that's about, we'll just call it 7 pips, give it a little more extra room. But I mean, hell, that thing went from a 7 pip range to a 40 pips. So 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. So almost 6 to 1. But such is life.
Just more evidence that it works, right? You can't
That's
catch
right.
them all. Yeah.
But yeah, so currently, Richard, I'm just watching Aussie yen right here. As far as the demand zone, I know you asked. Probably just keeping an eye on this 1 hour area here for the time being. If I drop to a 15, it looks like I've got a confluence right here. Okay, so yeah, 1 hour, 15 minutes. I'm gonna possibly take a look at this because I know that we already bounced off that demand zone that I missed. We move up, higher highs, higher lows. We create a new demand zone.
That's
push
on the
up.
15, right? What is the time? Sorry, your upper and lower end of that
Demand zone?
demand zone,
Yeah, it's going to be 66. So psychological number, guys, 6,600. 0.6600. Ooh, that's
0.6600.
little
And
depth.
lower end?
There's going to be 0.6593. Sorry. 6593. So yeah, we're just talking a small one, right? It's only 7 pips wide, but Aussie dollar isn't really one that moves like with warp speed or anything like the dollar yen. So yeah, but again, guys, look, zoom all the way out, and this thing's pretty high. Okay, so again, it's at the higher end of the curve, depending on what time frame I'm looking at. So I got to be aware of that, but because it's giving me one of the stronger scores, okay, I'm looking at the same information the banks are looking at, the hedge funds. Okay, so if they're, I mean, obviously they got way better tools than I got, right?
I do
as
like
much
that area.
my edge finder, it didn't cost me $25,000 like their stuff does. So I feel like it's a pretty good thing for its bugs. So, but anyway, yeah, that's going to be my play on Aussie yen. As far as euro dollar, Richard, we're getting a +9. So the two strongest are the New Zealand dollar and the euro dollar. So we'll just look at those real quick here. Okay, here's my euro dollar. I've got this demand zone over here. This is a 1 hour time frame. Little bit of a bottoming action right here. Okay, there's buyers that stepped in here to push price up. So there's probably going to be some stop loss orders hanging out down here somewhere. Okay, buy orders. That's the opposite's going to be sell orders. So the price of sell orders hanging out in this area right here. Okay, and then we catch the unfilled orders from demand, and then we look for a potential buy. So we've got me an alert set right there, 1.1648 or 1.165 psychological number, however you want to look at that. So that's going to be my play for euro dollar. See a white line hiding in there, so I got some lower time frame confluence. I like that. This demand zone, when created, finished through the rest of this overhead supply zone that was here, guys, from way back here. Okay, so I like that. That's just another tool in my bag showing that this is potentially a strong area. Oh, by the way, I've also got a blue dash line, so that tells me that area was a former support back here in this area. Right. So again, it's just a matter of stacking in odds enhancers in my favor until I get a picture. It's calculated risk. That's all it is. Okay? Calculation. I'm just calculating that we should get a turn there. Could I be wrong? Of course. Of course I could be wrong. I ain't trying to be wrong. I'm just trying to make money. If I can lose one or two, and then catch one or two winners, that's gonna out earn the winners or out earn the losers. So yeah, real simple pullback here, buy, and then look to at least target the top part of that. It's about a 3 to 1 if you look at that right there. 3 to 1, 3.5 to 1. Let's see here. Okay, we got 40 minutes. Okay, great. So that's euro dollar. Let's just go down to the New Zealand dollar again. That's the other strong one. All right, here we go. 4 hour time frame. So what do I dislike about this one? What do I dislike? It's currently, guys, chewing through a 4 hour supply zone, and look how strong that gap is. Okay, it's a pretty strong gap. So for me personally, even though I put an alert up in this area, I'm honestly going to not even look at this week. I'm going to target this demand zone all the way at the bottom. Okay. So this ain't going to happen this week, but all these smaller time frames a little higher up, these are going to be confirmation entries. I'm probably going to ignore this, even though it looks pretty decent. It's chewing through that zone. So I'm going to ignore that. But we do have this one down here. And what I love about this area is the volume. Look at those volume spread analysis candles down here. Hey, that's a lot of trading action that occurred right here in this area. So picture looks perfect on a 2-hour time frame, guys. Go back here and look. They were looking at this 2-hour candle. And it just barely missed it right here back in time, a little bit further back. Look at this. We just missed it by a pipette, Richard. Couple pipettes. Looking at this area. Oh, yeah. So that I like that area because of how much trading action took place in the past. Okay. So I'm going to keep my eye on this alert right here. But if it fails, then I know that the reason would be, okay, because the higher time frame supply zone was too strong. That's why I drew this up a minute ago. Okay. I could definitely see it targeting this daily 4-hour confluence all the way down here at least. And then obviously look to take a long trade out of that, right? So that's a potential longer term play. Okay. Medium term swing trade, right? Something like that. That would probably even take more than my 1 to 4 day window. That'd probably take a couple weeks. So anyway, yeah.
Well, I'm still in that AUD NZD trade. It's probably going to take a damn few weeks.
Yeah. Oh, especially with that one. Well, yeah, because it only moves 40 pips a day. That particular asset. So it's like one of the
watching paint dry for sure, and that's why I took a wide sort of a stop on that. So yeah, still in it. I mean,
yeah,
really much to write home about on that. So, what is your score on there? Still neutral, I suppose.
On which one? Yeah, it's neutral. Yeah, it's down to. Go take a look at that. Aussie, New Zealand, -1. Richard, it's pretty neutral. Yeah. Yeah, we've lost the FTSE. It went back to neutral. Aussie, New Zealand. I think that was the main ones. Pound dollar. Okay, pound dollar is only a +1. So that just so happens to be one of the ones. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I was just looking at the chat. Yeah, sympathy. I see there where you said you wish you set and forget Aussie dollar. Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, it's chewed through that higher time frame supply zone over here, so it's looking pretty strong at the moment. And again, that's the only reason I'm really interested in buying at this high point up here. Back in, if you could pass on over, is just because again, it's given me such a strong bullish score, +8. Okay, there's only two things going against this Aussie dollar bullish bias, and that's really the GDP and the PPI report releases. But other than that, all the other indicators are giving a nice bullish signal. So, yeah, Aussie dollar, again, it's a little high up where I'm watching this 1 hour demand. Back end, if you can, pass on over. There we go. Yeah. So again, guys, I'm just keeping an eye on this. I mean, it's not the strongest volume, I gotta say. Could it be overextended? Yeah, possibly. I mean, let's go all the way out to a daily. When in doubt, zoom out. Okay. That's just a nice big impulse move overall. We have to realize that we are coming into this little topping action over here. Okay. Is this thing going to create a new double top? Who knows? It's a possibility. It's always something we want to store in the back of our head. I mean, even if you look to the left, right? You got all these former resistance points here. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, I would like to see a gigantic discount down to this daily 4 hour, right? That's a lot more appealing to me. Okay. And the fact that area was created from a daily 4 hour demand zone confluence, okay? Bounced in way down here. And then obviously turned into an impulse leg, broke through a high here. It's trying, but it ain't done it yet. It's trying to break through these highs over here and these highs over here. So ultimately, I would really like to see it just go up a little bit higher and then return all the way down. This is a longer term play. Again, this ain't anything that's going to happen in the next week or so, a couple days. But that's the longer term play I'm looking at, is that there. But yeah, I mean, as far as current, I mean, I've got that 1 hour, but I'm not betting anywhere close to a big amount on this. It's going to be like throwing in a few pennies for this demand zone. Too expensive. Okay. Too expensive. Trying to create a double top. So we'll see. I found my way to the. Okay. Good deal, Sympathy. Yeah, everybody. If you can, make sure and bookmark Ola Prime Official. Okay. So at Ola Prime Official at the very top of your YouTube page and your search engine. Playing around with some migrations here. Okay. Consolidating our links a little bit just to make it simpler for everybody, and algorithms and all that fun stuff. You guys know how this YouTube game works. It can be a challenge. So yeah, we're just trying to. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Yeah. How about the bottom of the hour? So we got a minute and a half. I'll definitely get that ready to roll. I think I've said all I have to say on Aussie dollar. Euro CAD. Yeah, we'll take a look at Euro CAD because that is the fourth tied with the Aussie dollar at a +8. So let's definitely look at that. All right, yeah, back in. If you got the graphic ready, we can do a drum roll and then we'll just dig into Euro CAD right after. Okay.
Cool.
All right, ladies and gents. So we have found our winner for yesterday's drawing. Okay, everybody that went to the Discord and entered in your information, and the winner of the Forex giveaway is going to be when we see our graphic. When we see our graphic, we'll throw the name up.
There we go.
We got that.
Confetti.
Got the confetti. Who's it gonna be? Vishal. I see you.
Vishal, congrats. 5K Forex challenge account coming your way. Awesome.
Yep, absolutely. So, yeah, again, you should be receiving an email and you'll get the hookup on that. So, congrats, Vishal. And as always, guys, when you win these accounts, check in, stick with us. Okay, we obviously lead off the morning with Forex primarily. And then obviously they have futures later on throughout the rest of the day and stocks as well. So crypto, Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is you guys trade, just stick with us, especially now that you've won an account and you're trying to grow and improve your trading, right? Check in, keep us up to date with how things are going. I'm hanging out in Discord most of the day after my stream, answering questions, helping out, telling a joke, okay? Things of that nature. So definitely come see me there, Vishal, Sympathy, all you guys and gals. Okay. Xander. Okay. So anyway, guys, congrats to Vishal, but now is the time to announce the password for
Tomorrow's, yeah.
So the password for today is going to be very simply bullish. Okay, there you are right there. Ooh, perfect timing. Bullish, okay? Just like we got a bullish, bullish chart, bullish signal. I got some strong bullish signals on anything not named the dollar, right? Bullish. So just simply go to the Discord channel and obviously go to the Trade Secrets channel. And you can type in the word bullish and your email and futures, Forex, whichever, okay? And
whatever your preference might be. Futures account or Forex account.
That's right. That's right. And then we'll announce the winner of that tomorrow if you didn't win today, guys, okay? So everybody, congrats to Vishal. Type in bullish today. Ask me a question. Tell me a joke. Tell me a lie in Discord because I'll be there all day, okay? All right.
Good stuff. What's up, Mariana, Irene? I recognize that name.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know. Did we have that one on when we were at the 4-hour shows? I can't remember.
I think it's from a while back already, but maybe not that long ago.
Yeah.
Either way, I do recognize the name, but all those handles changed recently with, I don't know how that happened with the YouTube handles.
All right. I'm New Zealand yen in it, y'all. We're going to New Zealand yen it. Yeah, well, I'm going now, so let's go ahead and pop on over, ladies, or back end, and we'll get this New Zealand yen in like Flynn on New Zealand yen. Give me a dime, I'll make a rhyme every time. All right. Ah, dang it. It moved away from me too fast, Richard. It moved away from me too fast. Ah, no. Oh.
This is while you're announcing the winner, probably.
Yes. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. That's all right. I'm not going to chase it, ladies and gents. Okay. You guys saw me draw this 3-minute demand zone up earlier. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Just bounced in beautifully. It caught a bid right there. And you guys see. What's that? I don't know what he said. I still didn't understand what he said. Oh, it did. Richard's a ghost at the moment. I can hear you, Richard, but I can't see you. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, guys, look, and see, this is another reason I like the higher time frames. It's a lot harder to miss an opportunity. Okay, I get to talking and jacking my jaws and sharing on other things and turn around and miss my trade. Right, so there you go. I mean, look at this. We've already went. It's 4 pips if you include a little bit of a stop. We'll just call it 5 for argument's sake. Okay, 5-10. So it's already 2. It's already moved 2 to 1. Okay, just looking at this micro time frame. And obviously we got, if we're looking at this again 3-minute chart, I got to be aware of this overhead supply. So this would have definitely been a little bit of a take profit area up here. But yeah, move's gone, move's over. Okay, we've already missed that move. So on to the next one. We don't chase, we replace. Okay, replace, don't chase. Chasing trades is one of the dumbest things you can do, because even though it doesn't seem like a whole lot, okay, even though it doesn't seem like a whole lot, by the time it moves, a couple 3 pips in your favor, if you try to get into that trade, well, now you've just cut your reward risk in half, or maybe even worse, right? 1/3 or 2/3 or something like that. So not worth it. The move's over. Yeah, I mean, if I look at this from a higher time frame, okay, where was that? 15 minutes? No, that was a 5-minute actually. Never mind. Yeah, see, 5 minutes. I mean, we can still look to take a trade here, but I think at this point, I'm just going to wait for price to do this, break this structure, because again, that's that supply zone, which was going to be the original take profit for this 3-minute demand. So get us a close up here. Hopefully we can create a demand zone in this area. And that would be our next chance. You guys hear me talk about second chance opportunities. Okay. I didn't like the first one. because I wanted to see a confirmation. But then I found one and I missed it. So at this point, it doesn't mean that my life is ending. It just means let's just get price action. In this area, we take another trade. Okay? I'm not married to New Zealand yen. I'm not married really to any of these top setups because, again, even though they're close to alerts, they're just not my favorite setups, Richard. I'm picky. I'm too damn picky for this, but and when I absolutely love a trade and nail it, it makes it worth all the ones I missed. All the heartache, okay? All the old heartache. Taking every demand zone that I could find with a pulse, right? And then wonder why the hell I'm losing on all these trades. So, yeah. Be picky, guys. That's really the moral to the story on that. CAD yen is a short. Euro yen. Yeah, see, Euro yen, same thing. I should have just got in this thing and trusted the zone. But again, I wanted to get the confluences. And I hated the fact that it was bouncing in that overhead supply, guys. So again, am I going to be mad if this trade works out without me? No, because I stuck with my rules. I may have too many rules. Perhaps I do, but that's my comfort zone. You know, I'm not necessarily a gunslinger like I was when I first started. It's just like driving a car. Okay, when I got my first car when I was 16, I lived on a gravel road out on the outskirts of town. Every time I'd get on the gravel road, Richard, I would fishtail for a couple blocks. Yeah, 1998, 1999, but I would fishtail all the way into my parking lot or on my driveway. Daddy would get so upset at me. He told me, he caught me one day doing it, and he told me, he said, "You never do that again, I'm kicking your ass, taking the car away from you." So, but yeah, as I got older, I slowed the hell down after a few speeding tickets. Now I drive like a normal person. Okay? It's the same thing with my trading. I bought and sold every single supply in demand zone I could find. Okay? Baby scorpion. They can't control their stinger, right? They got to mature. So I had to mature. So I skip a lot of zones now until it's absolutely the way I like to see it. And my gut tells me when I've picked a good zone. If I get into these trades right now, my gut's not going to be feeling the greatest. Because there's just a couple things. Supply zones bouncing, not super strong volume, okay, when that zone was created after all. High up on the curve, in the middle of a chop fest, right? There's too many things saying, Tiger, just stay the hell away and go find something else. And that's just where I'm at right now. Okay. Let's see what else we got, Richard. All right, that was a tangent. The German DAX, Richard, is on my list, but I don't know about this. I drew up a demand zone yesterday, and you can see that it actually got hit. Mm-hmm. And depending on where being honest, depending on where you put your stop loss, you might have still been in or out of that trade. Okay, that might have been a little tight, but if you gave it a little breathing room, okay, this would be a good trade for you right now. Now, I personally, again, because I'm picky, I was more interested in the higher time frame confluence down below, 4 hour daily. But sometimes these trades will trigger just ahead of me, just to pick on me, because the market is, just likes to pick on Tiger Berry. This is the banks laughing in my face, right? So yeah, this is more of a longer term, something potentially for next week. If the DAX can somehow, for whatever reason, Richard, it'll come on to my top setups from time to time for like a day.
I remember that, and then it's gone.
And it's gone, yeah. It's not like gold and the U.S. indices.
It stays.
Exactly. They stay on. The DAX, it seems to be pretty neutral overall. But for now,
what's your readings on the FTSE there?
-1, I believe it was. Yeah, so it's completely down. Yeah, it's completely lost all of its mojo that it did have.
I think we might be seeing a megaphone there.
Well, see, there you go. I mean, there's this
megaphone. and that's why.
Oh yeah,
going on since 28th November.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Is this a daily chart I need to go to?
4 hour. I'm seeing it on. What are you on there now? Are you
4
on
hour.
FTSE?
You said FTSE, right?
Yeah.
Since November. Oh, are you just
since the end of November? Yeah. Oh, we can show my chart quickly.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, I got you. I was too far out. No, yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, this is.
You see that? So it looks like it wants to head higher from here. But if it does, then I won't be surprised if it doesn't break out above these highs from the 2nd of December. 2 days ago, Tuesday's highs. Maybe just still get stuck there. Could still be underway, I think. 3, 4.
Yeah, I'd probably have to adjust this, but yeah, let's get this adjusted a little bit. Yeah, something like, I don't know, something like this ish. Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Just, yeah.
Not drawn to specs, but
there we go. Oh, I'm on my chart. That's what I'm seeing there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have it drawn exact, but no, that's not bad either.
But then again, trying to trade these even on the when you're trading inside of it, it's so messy. So who knows where that's going?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
it's go up. Then I think we still got another leg down. So generally, you have 5-wave sequences in
-1. Yeah, even inside of that, it did kind of
maybe come down again and then finally get up.
Yeah, it did kind of about a couple supplies.
This looks like a 1. Let's move higher. 1. Oh gosh, just get rid of that magnet mode. 2. Maybe this is the 3rd, and quite often your triangles occur in your 4th. Maybe not done yet, and then head higher. Too early to say. Will only be high confidence pattern if price makes it up to these highs around 9,746 and then starts moving lower. I think if that happens, then you've got a high probability expanding triangle mega fund pattern at hand. From what I'm seeing currently, and I'm not even looking at the internals, it's like A, B, C, maybe a D, and then final E, and then upwards. Let's see.
Yeah.
It's also end of the week almost, so maybe this is a play to look at next week Monday. I should actually note that.
Yeah, I mean,
UK 100.
It's not close. It's not far from a 4-hour supply zone. So if it could get to the upper end of that channel or that megaphone sometime next week, and also simultaneously bounce into that 4-hour supply zone, then I would like that for a potential short.
Yeah, same here.
Again, it's only giving me a -1, so it's fairly weak. I mean, it's a weak signal. It's a neutral signal, but it's not a good bear signal is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Other than that, guys, I don't have anything on the dollar cross pairs because it's just, it's in limbo at the moment after hitting those areas, especially with the dollar index hitting that.
I do have a dollar yen
line of mine. So dollar yen, perhaps, you see what we're doing here? We're finding support. And it could happen. We'll have to revisit these today. So I'm going to be out of the majors with dollar at the moment. Dollar yen, geez, you look at that. Almost hit this area here. Now we're forming this doji.
Yeah.
What do you see there?
I see a 4-hour supply zone just ahead of it.
Above.
I mean, where current price is, that's that second candle back. Yeah. Yeah, that big one with the big wick on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I see that, and I also see a 1 hour inside of it. So that's actually where I just moved my alert.
Like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's it right there, boys and girls. There's a 4-hour. You go down to a 1 hour gap. Yeah, there's a gap on all those time frames. 1 hour, 15-minute, hell, even the 5-minute, I think. Oh, there's Gap City. there's gaps inside of that zone on every time frame at the lower end of that zone. That's what I like. I love that. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely, that'll probably be my play of the day right there, ladies and gents.
Yeah,
I know it's taking me almost
a really good setup. I mean, we even got geometry at these areas.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah.
Resistance.
Yeah.
Wicking above, couldn't close. A little bit above, but that made it to that upper channel. Then look at how it tried to break through there.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a smaller time frames within there, right? Supply zones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this is a good setup. I'm gonna, maybe have to wait for that today. This is not gonna set up during our session, unfortunately.
Probably not. Yeah, it's still about 30 pips away, but
we've been talking so much as well. But what happened to the numbers that came out? Did you
shoot, guys! Shoot! Yeah, so let's double check that real quick.
Wow, unemployment claims 191,000 versus forecast, so way lower than the forecast of 219. Well, not that much, right?
Oh, that's so okay.
Right.
So, guys, look,
30K lower. Yeah,
that's 30. Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's a welcome sign for the U.S. job market.
That's pretty decent,
because it has not been the greatest. It really hasn't. Let me go look at that same report on my top set on my Edge Finder over here. Okay. Unemployment claims. All right. Let's see here. Labor data, unemployment claims. This is going to look funky because of the government shutdown, but let's see here. 218 unemployment claims. So guys, that's the first time. If I'm looking at this right, that's the first time we've been under 200,000 unemployment claims in a while. Let me double check over here.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
You can click on the graph there of the actual. Oops.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that's our lowest number since, what is that? January of last year, January of 2024.
Yeah.
That's good. Now, at the same point, we just have to keep in mind, right? We had the government shutdown. So how accurate are all these numbers going to be?
Yeah, I don't trust any of those either.
That's kind of what I wonder, Richard.
Yeah.
Is the accuracy of a lot of these. But guys, at the end of the day, though, it doesn't matter because this is the same data that everybody's getting. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the banks have their little underground system, right? You know how it is. But no, that's a welcome sign. That's where the hell is my chart? Oh, there it is.
What's happening to the Nazi on your side?
Nazi is Nazi is
price is running sideways. Yeah, as soon as they hit that area of resistance that I've got.
Neutral +3. Okay, yeah. So I've got my dollar yen, so I'm going to move on from that. Yeah, right now the S&P and the Dow are the only ones that are on the list. Now the problem with the S&P is it's chewing through, as we speak, a daily and a 4-hour supply zone. So I've got really a whole lot of no interest in that asset right now.
I think I'm just going to get rid of that zone over there. Price is now broken out of this pitchfork. Remember, I've been sloping a pitchfork down, and I was saying maybe we've just seen an ABC. Sort of had a beautiful area there where I expected support to come in, and since then price boom lifted off back to the upside. So now the price is broken out of this downward sloping median lines, and if we do get a pullback maybe today, tomorrow, next week, maybe towards 25,478 to retest the same angle. Otherwise, if we hit up, I think there's more upside potential all the way to 25,800, which is this upward sloping channel which contained price really well. Okay, remember I slapped the first one to the upside and doubled it down like this. And doubled it down. And they all crossed us where we had a strong move up. So We already had that kiss goodbye off it. Now we're moving back towards it. So I think that's a really decent target if you're on the bullish side of things. But yeah, difficult, especially with the indices trying to get long after such a very strong extended move to the upside. But that's how the Nazi has been behaving, right? I mean, with most of the indices.
They're just taking a breather. I mean, damn, these things have been on a rocket ship straight to the moon for the bulk of the year. After that Liberation Day drop we had from tariffs, the Trump tariffs back in April, it's just been flying high.
Right.
And the same thing with gold. So they're just taking breathers. Okay. I mean, and obviously you guys see what's going on with Bitcoin. It's more than breathing. It's coming down. But see, again, as bad as the news has been on Bitcoin lately, it still has not hit that weekly swing low. Okay. I mapped out this demand zone, or this swing low on a higher time frame, weekly, daily, from back in April. Well, Liberation Day. Okay. That Liberation Day. So we still haven't even gotten back to the Liberation Day lows. So that's basically, if you guys want an easy visual to remember, that's basically your visual to keep in mind. If we start breaking Liberation Day lows, so April, well, then we've got not we, because I'm not a hodler, but the Bitcoiners and the hodlers, then they've got something to really worry about, because it's nothing more than a healthy pullback, a very healthy pullback.
A very healthy pullback. You can say
very healthy pullback. But you pull it out to a monthly chart, pull it out to a weekly. It's nothing but higher highs and higher lows. Yes, when you go to a daily time frame, that's not looking so good, but
look, just something. Remember, I've been saying this is an ABC, but something that's really been bothering me about this ABC is because, if you're interested, especially for the bearish case here, for those closet bears that do not like this really strong move to the upside, this first drop lower, 5 sequences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, that's pretty clear. But then you get this one here. It's almost like it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then up. And with a strong drop, mostly if you're probably going to go to a smaller time frame, you have another 5-way sequences. If that is the case, then it could be that we're seeing an expanded flat correction that's not over yet. Or first drop lower. And then let me get rid of that so I can mark this out. It might be confusing. So that could be the first leg lower for the bearish case. And then you have an A there. B looks like it goes in a new direction because we've got a 3-way format. And we've got this very strong move that might just take out these highs that were set here on the 12th of November. And it also lines up with that lower channel line, of that upper channel that I've had. And if we get a hard rejection from there without breaking to the upside, and we see a sharp sell down, or sell off, not sell down, it's a new word, then we're probably going to test these previous lows here. But it's almost Christmas time. Might be completely wrong about it, but you always have to have the alternative in your mind, not get too comfortable with what's happening here. Clearly the bulls have been enjoying the strong move to the upside. Yes, it's in all these areas that I was interested in seeing a bounce from, and I've been trading the Nazi when the future goes on, but mostly to the upside as well on my own private capacity. But also explains an alt. And I know it sounds or looks very confusing, because why would a correction do this? But it's a typical behavior of an expanded flat, meaning that this entire thing over here could be corrective. And if that is the case, then we're going to see one heck of a sharp decline. Yeah. But not there yet. Price will have to confirm this pattern by first breaking, or at least testing this high at 25,755. Slightly above that, above today's current price, set 25,800. Plus minus. This is where we have this upward sloping channel line. So we don't get a strong break continuation through there, And we just to waste that damn thing. And we do this rather, and then a sharp sell-off. Then be careful. But it ain't over until the fat lady sings, right? I'm gonna keep it with this for the moment.
La 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 la.
Had it, and just assume that correction's ended there. As I had it, don't go change things. It's not broken, right? So, but anyway, gotta have the alternative in the back of my mind, just in case.
Right on. Right on. Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those funky mornings, you know. I mean, some days this stuff comes clear as day to me, but today it just seems like all the alerts have just recently bounced into the opposite zones. So it's just kind of cornering me in on a lot of these. So I don't have anything screaming at me like I've had the last 3 days, right? The last 3 days has been really good days for me. It's been one of my best weeks, Richard, in quite a while, to be quite honest. But today,
good stuff.
I personally, I'm just going to not get in over my head because I have had such a good week. I'm not seeing anything crystal clear, other than the potential of, you know, a couple of these new yen pairs as far as selling the yen. But I'm playing it safe for this morning. I'm going to take a look over at the stock market again. I do have a few other items over there, some Amazon, some Procter and Gamble.
Nice.
Maybe even AT&T again, like I got in yesterday. But yeah, as far as currencies, this might just be a second day in a row where my alerts aren't screaming at me like they were. So I'm gonna just sit on my hands. Okay, I've told you guys in the past that quite often, I'll have a really good week, and then I'll just come in the next day or the next Monday with a big head and think that I'm invincible, and the market will shut me up. So I'm going to start that on a Thursday. I'm not even going to wait for the week to finish. Okay. I'm just going to sit on my hands, not going to get in over my skis, and just start buying into everything with a pulse. Okay.
Gotcha.
So yeah, plan. We'll see what the day could totally change everything. But yeah, as of right now, sell the US dollar is really the common theme I'm seeing in currency land. Selling the British pound, selling the dollar, and then buying the yen. Okay.
Cool.
But yeah, probably chief among them, guys, if I had to give you one play right this moment before we get out of here, it's really a dollar yen short. Okay, we're not too far away from it. We kind of went over that 4 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute supply zone confluence, guys. Everything lined up, and everything has a gap. Everything has a gap, an acceleration gap. Okay, runaway gap, fair value gap, novice gap, whatever you want to call it. Okay, synonymous, but everything is just lining up perfectly. So that's going to be the only play I'm going to look at in currency land for now. There's a short, but we're still about 30 pips away from it. So yeah, with that, Richard, what time we got? I think we're about out, right?
A few seconds. Maybe just go over that giveaway again for all our viewers, and then I think we can switch.
Yeah, one more time, guys and gals. Bullish is the password. So definitely go to Discord, go to the hashtag Trade Secrets channel, type in bullish, type in your email, type in futures or Forex, whichever you prefer. And then tomorrow you may be the lucky winner. Congrats one more time to Vishal, our winner for the day.
Nice.
Yeah, keep in touch with us. Keep in touch.
Cool. All right, and with that, that's it, guys. From our side, we're going to switch on over to the futures coaches. They're waiting here in the side.
Huff it, Sam.
Enjoy that session from our side. All the best. See you tomorrow, Tiger. See you tomorrow, chat. Adios.
All right. Cheers, everybody. Have a good one. Be safe. All right.
Cheers.
Ola Prime. Trade with transparency.